The internet didn't ask,
but we're weighing in.
We're back. Welcome to another episode of Sistuationship. What have you been up to?
Okay, just like catching up on all of the drama for the most part.
Yeah.
I will go back and just say really quickly, my birthday weekend away was fantabulous. We went to some wineries out in like Ashburn area. If anyone's familiar with that, it's Nova or Northern Virginia for those of you who do not live in Virginia. It was cute. However, both me and my roommate Ashley decided that the wine there was subpar. Overall, Charlottesville wineries are still on top. Even if Nova's like bougier, it does not mean their wine's better.
I'm not surprised, really.
No, we did a whole wine tasting and we labeled like every single wine. Like we were talking to the guy. I think the Lord, this man loved us because we were like 6, 7. He was like, don't spare my feelings. He's like, that's actually a good score. And we're like, good. We thought we were like being so mean. But we were like, we were being, there was a couple that I was like, this is just like awful. Like tastes more like water than it does like wine. Like I was just very confused about the whole thing.
It's because Jesus wasn't there.
Jesus was not blessing this wine. He was not, unfortunately. It was not the good stuff. But we managed to get through it. We found some that
you just
forced
it down.
We struggled so hard, with between the views of the vineyards and
this subpar wine that you had to like force yourselves to drink.
The charcuterie board, the pergola we were under.
It sounds really awful.
Yeah, the photos we took, everything just was, it was so painful. But no, it was actually fun. We even took the metro into Arlington, which was fun. Which I like honestly can't really say I've taken the metro, so that was fun. I mean, it's the metro. It's like it is what it is. Yeah. It's not, it's better than the subway in New York.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's cleaner.
It's way cleaner and there's less like insane people around. So yeah, thanks for the DMV for their public transport. But other than that, no, I've just been catching up on all the drama and there's a lot of things popping off lately.
So much stuff on the internet happening. All the celebs, all the reality stars.
And I'm eating it up. Like, thank you for presenting me with this. First of all, I want to talk about the first thing that literally like just dropped yesterday. Taylor, Frankie, Paul drama. Because we have not talked about this. I sent you a TikTok, but we did not talk about it. We were waiting for this moment.
Yes.
And have you seen everything about it?
I have, yeah.
Okay. For those
I've been watching.
You
know, I'm a Taylor, Frankie, Paul girl, and I like to stay abreast because she's always up to something.
Always.
You can always count on her for just like letting whatever she's feeling at the moment just fly. Like she's not one of those people who's like, I'm going to think on this. No, like the moment she has a feeling, she tells everybody about it.
I agree. And, I know she doesn't think things through because a lot of her stuff ends up getting eventually taken down. And this is one of them, which was taken down quite quickly. Some have speculated because of The Bachelor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured somebody called her and was like, this is not a good look considering you're on The Bachelor. Like this looks like you're still obsessed with Dakota.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was that or because Macy had a big, like, I think it was her book dropping or something. She had an event as well. So people were like, could also be related to that. Regardless, she took it down really quickly. But essentially the TikTok was it was already like a pre-recorded TikTok that she just had like zoomed in on this one girl and put a caption over. It was like the Bring It On cheerleader like segment that starts out the movie, the dream sequence. But she straight up calls out this girl named Shania for getting with her ex Dakota while pretending to be friends with her and like getting close with her. And there's not really much known about Shania other than she like runs in the same friend group. She's friends with Layla and Miranda, who obviously are close with Taylor. And then they were also all seen at Stagecoach together. And she was hanging out, Shania was with Taylor and Dakota there with everybody else.
Yes. And supposedly calling them mom and dad while they were there together.
Yes. And what's crazy is because so Dakota and Shania responded. Shania basically, she put on her story, if you have a problem with me, call me. If you don't have my number, then that means you don't know me well enough to have a problem. Basically insinuating Taylor doesn't have her number and is not friends with her.
But that is not true, because then Taylor came back and posted screenshots of multiple text messages of Shania reaching out, like constantly asking her to hang out, to do stuff together. And like Taylor Frankie Paul, like not responding. Like she was like, this girl was up my butt, like trying to be my best friend. And I could tell that like something was off, like it felt off to me. And turns out she's just like a fame chaser essentially. And she couldn't get with me, so she got with Dakota.
Yeah, no, she like posted proof of them, like pictures next to them. Clearly Taylor's like uncomfy in these. She's just like awkwardly smiling, like literally like leaning away.
Her body language is like, get away from me.
Yeah, and she literally said on these, she kept trying to hug me and kiss me, saying she loved me, clown face, but doesn't know me, I guess. Then the next one, again, my face, are we done? Couldn't have me, so you went for an easier target. Not friends because I knew better. Girl, bye. Craziness. Craziness. And
she put it all out there.
Oh yeah. And it keeps going because Taylor's mom, Leanne, actually stood up for Taylor for once in the comments and said that Dakota was a filthy snake, specifically using a snake emoji.
Wow. I'm okay. Okay, Leanne, you're getting some bonus points in my book, because she was always like, you give it a chance, just try and work it out with Dakota. And all of us are like, why are you telling her this? So maybe she's finally seen the truth.
Yeah, and she kept saying that like Taylor was overreacting over the situation.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. And then now she finally commented that back. And more, Layla has commented on things, saying that she found out Sunday and basically saying that no one like knew, things like that. Taylor responded to somebody else in a comment saying that Miranda, as far as she knows, is disgusted by her friend, basically saying Miranda's distancing herself. And then Miranda went so far as to comment on another TikTok. These are all coming from like T accounts, by the way, like they're commenting on. She said, I found out about a week ago, waited to tell Taylor because I knew she'd consider not leaving to film for The Bachelor, and I'll be damned if that man ruins another opportunity for her. It wasn't an effort to protect my friend. I do not condone her actions, which is why it was initially kept from me. So this is just like the lore just goes so deep. And also like how long was like Dakota hiding this from her, and like
we know he likes to keep secrets, so who knows how long this has been going on for.
He loves to keep secrets. That whole thing is like so toxic to me. Like in Dakota too, I'm like, is there no one else that you can like go outside the friend group?
I know.
Go to literally anyone else.
I think he's still, just trying to get back at Taylor in any way possible.
Yeah, I think they're both like very much live on the edge of pettiness at all times. And
that's why they're toxic for each other.
Exactly. They need one of them. You can't have two petty people together. You can have one. You get one petty person per couple, and you have to have the other person be like the stable, talk you down from a ledge person.
Right. But this is what makes them reality TV gold.
Oh, amazing. Well, and that's what's crazy is now people are speculating that Shania might be coming into future seasons.
Oh gosh, I hope not. I don't want to see her.
I don't either. And also there's already so many girls. Like, do we really need like a 10th girl to be added to this show?
No.
I thought Miranda was a great addition.
Yeah, I like Miranda.
I think she's, from the surface, I like her. She's probably actually more one of my favorites personally, because I feel like she's just like chill.
Yeah.
Overall. But we see time and time again that Taylor just gets all these clout chasers running after her. I mean, Dakota's like the biggest example of that, obviously. But now we have Shania coming for her title. And I just feel bad because
I feel bad. But I do appreciate that Taylor Frankie Paul like always has receipts, and she's like not going to let anyone bully her. Yeah. I do appreciate that about her.
Yeah. And she's like, no, you're a liar. She's like, I will figure it out. Like, and what's crazy is the fact that she had to go to like Instagram DMs and do all of that just to prove it. But just shows who Shania is. What other drama have you been reading into?
Okay, so probably like the latest thing that I saw is about Hilaria Baldwin and her exit from Dancing with the Stars. So we talked about that last week. She was the one who was eliminated last week, and she was like so tearful, very like upset about leaving, and all of her interviews directly afterward were just like a little bizarre.
Yes.
Just like a little over the top, and talking about how like she opened her heart to dance and now she was going to have to like close it again, and like just I don't know, it was a little bit strange.
Weird considering the fact that she has a ton of money and can do dance classes whenever she wants.
Yeah.
And like has access to that whenever she wants. Like not everyone has the time or the luxury to do that, but she does.
And then most recently she just posted a TikTok saying that she was bullied out of the show, and that it was like because of Mean Girls, and that it was like a targeted attack essentially on her to eliminate her from the show. And I feel like she is really out of touch with reality, because it's not a targeted attack if people just don't like you. Like, I'm sorry if you're unlikable. You have come off as so unlikable because of your own actions. So no one is like making up stories about you. No one is like lying about things that you have done. And I don't think there has been any bullying. It's just been people talking about her, things that she has said herself, things that have come out of her own mouth, and been like, this is weird. Because it is. It's weird.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have seen people definitely make fun of her. Like when they were doing for her TikTok dance, people were like recreating it, make it like super robotic, like her, things like that. And like that, I would say, yes, that I could see being like crossing the line. Now we're getting just like straight mean.
Yeah.
But I do agree. She said and did everything that people are claiming about her. I haven't seen anything that's like unfounded in what she's said or done. And so for me, I do think it's a really self-pity thing where she's just like, oh, woe is me, poor me, like making herself out to be the victim. When I'm like, you could have prevented this all by not pretending that you were like Hispanic and had Hispanic origins and like were born speaking Spanish and all this stuff. And like, it's just the weirdest thing to lie about. And you kept up the lie. You've kept it up.
At some point, if she had just like come out and been like, that was really stupid. Like, I don't know why I did that. I just like love, the culture. Like if you had ever just like owned up to it and been like, you know what? Yeah, you guys are right. You caught me. That was crazy of me, wasn't it? And like, just was honest. I think this would be a non-issue. But the fact that she just like keeps it up, this persona that she's created, and people are calling it out because it's weird.
No, it is weird. And again, as we said last week, she wasn't the best dancer there. So like she was going to get eliminated. Maybe she would have lasted a couple more, shows.
Maybe like a week or two more, but that would have been it.
Yeah. I didn't see her making it far because I was thinking, oh, she has like this ballroom dancing background. She's going to be good. She came in, she was not great. Like, and granted, it's probably been a long time since she's done it. So I'm not trying to like make fun of her and her dancing skills, but it's just like there's a lot of people who are just progressing and doing really well.
Yes.
And so you can't assume just because you have a ballroom dancing background that you're going to be able to stick around longer than these people who haven't.
Right. And I think that she was one of the better ones at the beginning, but like you said, like other people were progressing, and I don't think that she was really making huge strides. And so that does make a difference.
For sure.
And also like she didn't have the fan vote. So,
and she was paired with somebody that everyone already hated.
Exactly. Yeah, that didn't do her any favors either.
No, multifaceted. And I don't really feel bad, because I did feel bad until I was seeing all the interviews of her like crying about things. And I was like, okay, now I don't feel that bad. This press tour is making you look worse.
So worse. Like if she would have just been like, I'm so sad to leave. This was wonderful. It reignited my passion for dance. Like everyone would have been like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, the kids and I are going to start doing it together. Or like, oh, I'm going to make time to do this. Maybe just avoid talking about Spain, and, you might win some people back, Hilaria. You just might.
She's not doing herself any favors.
No.
Okay, we're going to leave Hilaria behind it. Did you see the picture of John Mayer and Kat Stickler though, because brain like explosion.
Yeah.
I saw this headline and I was like, no, BS, 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 like a couple days ago. I was like, no, she's dating somebody else. Like this guy's been featured, not his face, but like a man has been featured in her videos. Like that's not John Mayer. She's not dating John Mayer. But then she got her freaking hair cut off and later came out like recently in a video and said, yeah, the reason I cut my hair off is because I just got out of a relationship. Like no girl randomly does something like really drastic with her hair unless something is, except me, I guess. Unless something is like going on in her life. And she's like, I chopped my hair off because it was the end of a relationship. And now like I went and I saw the picture. Yes, she had 2 dates with John Mayer. Yeah. And who would have ever thunk?
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I looked at it, I was like, is this AI? Like I was like, there's literally no way.
Yeah.
Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, she's been with this man. Like he's been there. Like, what are we talking about? And then, she obviously confirmed that relationship ended. And I was like, you're telling me you're with the gross John Mayer. And I'm a John Mayer, like, music stan. It's actually, like,
I do love his music.
One of these days, I'll have to make a list of, like, all the artists that I hate and that are problematic and that I shouldn't support, but their music is just like really good. And John Mayer is one of these people.
Yeah, I like really liked him in the Room for Squares era. Like when he first started coming out with music, I don't know, I think I was like in high school or something like that. I was just like, oh, he's so cute and his voice and like I loved him, but it's like as time has gone on, like I could not date this man.
No,
like everything about him just gives me the ick.
Every single girl he's dated, every single one, basically has come out with a horror story from dating him. And I'm like, Kat. To be fair, her history of dating,
not great. I think she loves a little toxicity. Maybe she's a Taylor Frankie Paul kind of girly.
No, I think she is. And I just really wish we could have a sit down conversation and be like, okay, what does our therapist say about this? Because I'm pretty sure they're saying run. Like, please protect your peace.
Yeah.
This man is the worst. He's the worst. So what?
He has a track record of being the worst too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, into very beautiful, nice.
Oh, yeah. He always gets the most beautiful women. Jennifer Aniston, Jessica Simpson, Katy Perry.
Taylor Swift.
He's dated some like really high profile women. Never ended well.
Never. And he always dates him young, and which is a great example because Kat's 30 and this man is 47. I didn't realize how like old he was really. I was like, there's no way this man's almost 50. Like in my head, he's still like in his 30s. No. You know, people do continue to age. I just like don't have that in my brain. But that's insane to me.
Yeah. And according to the reports, he sought her out, which of course, like,
no,
I don't think she was like, who should I go on a date with? John Mayer. No, this man is like pursuing her
for now until he gets bored and then he moves on to the next thing. But yes,
he'll write her a beautiful song. It'll
never get recorded.
His body is a wonderland, whatever. Her body is a wonderland, and then she'll be in the trash just like the rest.
Exactly. Like he'll be like, oh, this is my muse for my next album. Yeah, no, it's so bad. Like but I knew that though. I knew there was no way that, because I did wonder, I'm like, how did they meet? But realistically, like I think of it in terms of like athletes or other people, like all men are just like, how can I get in contact with this girl? And then they just like shoot their shot repeatedly. Because yeah, it's true. I doubt out of all celebrities in the whole world that are single, she was like, John Mayer. I'm going to go with Glenn Powell every single time.
Yeah, go for him.
Go for like, again, I don't understand how he's single. There's so many good celebrity men that are open on the market. Maybe they sucked when they were younger, but they're older now. And if you're going to go for like an older dude, might as well go for someone who's like more attractive than John Mayer, because kind has not been that kind to Mr. John Mayer. And secondly,
he's aging.
He's aging. Okay.
I would take 25-year-old John Mayer.
I think that's fair though. I think that's fair. When he was younger, he had this like gravelly, like little like rugged thing about him.
He was cute.
But now it's giving like, I'm a tech
You
bro.
know who he reminds me of? From Southern Charm, the guy
Whitney.
Whitney. He reminds me of Whitney because Whitney also has that similar look and is always dating these younger girls and like skeeves me out a little bit. Those two are like two peas in a pod.
So Whitney especially, I don't know how he pulls it's
I don't know
it's
either.
because of
Money.
it's because of his mom's money.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Maybe do it for the plot, Cat. Make like a couple videos or something and then get out of there.
I know. At least
Get out.
you know what? Actually, let him write a song about you. Do the
Yeah.
reverse. Ruin his life.
Okay.
Flip an Una reverse. Let him write a song about you, and then just like run for the hills.
You're not safe here.
Yeah, you're
Get out.
so not safe. I'm pretty sure that his like on a haunted, map of like, oh, horrors of celebrities don't miss his home is pinned on that map somewhere.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. What else?
The VS fashion show.
Okay. I didn't even know that it was going to happen because I literally got served 0 ads, 0 PR for this show. And then I saw last night the picture of Jasmine Tukes, the woman who was pregnant, who opened the show. And oh my gosh, she looked gorge.
So good.
Stunning. And I was like, wait, where did this come from? How did I not know that this was happening? It's always like a big deal.
Yeah, so I also found out before it happened, but yesterday, because I was like, oh, there's like all this stuff of the models like behind the scenes, like getting ready for it. And I was like, there's no way. And last year's, if anyone tuned in, was like a major like flop for Victoria's. They finally like brought it back only for it to flop because obviously the early 2000s shows they had a lot more money then. Okay.
Yeah.
So they were bigger. They had the best performers, the biggest stages, the fantasy bra. They had it all. The big wings.
Oh, yeah.
The big stupid wings. The wings that like you're like, how is this even possible?
Yeah, how are you standing on like 6-inch heels in like nothing and carrying those wings and making it down the runway?
Yeah, it's like an engineer's dream. Okay? Like how can we craft this to somehow stay up and in a shape and also, yes, have a model support the weight of it? Craziness. I will say this year's was better under my estimation. I didn't see the whole thing.
I didn't see anything from last year. So obviously it's already more interesting because at least I got one
Served
picture.
with
Yeah.
Well, last year, just to give you a quick thing, it was like gray. It was like cement. They were wearing slick backs at the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
They're supposed to have like big, long waves. That's the look.
Yeah, it's a bouncy blowout.
Yeah.
Everyone that has ever seen a Victoria's Secret anything, they're known for that
Big
look.
hair, yeah.
Big hair, the fun, like light makeup. It's just like, it's almost like youthful, but like angelic. And again, they're supposed to be
They're angels. Yeah.
So yeah, they're supposed to be like really pretty. But no, yes, Jasmine looked so good. I was like, that was like a bold opener. They're like, let's show a pregnant model on the runway. I loved it.
I like to see it. Yes.
Because she was so pretty. She really was glowing. The gold on her, like with her hair and her like skin tone, she just looked like bronze goddess.
Yeah,
like
she looked ethereal. It was beautiful.
And then we had Bella and Gigi Hadid come back, which they both looked so good. Bella literally just got out of the freaking hospital.
I know. Yeah, she was like really ill.
Oh, yeah. In one of the like times, because she had 2 looks. Yes, I'm pretty sure she had 2 looks. I know. Yeah, I think both of them did because obviously they're like bigger models. But Bella was wearing these huge wings, massive, and she was like struggling to walk. You could see her. It was like a little painful because she was like walking. She's clearly like keeps like looking down. They're massive though. And she's like, I think they were like pulling on her shoulders. Like they did not look comfortable. And on the way back, like she hit it, she smiled, and then she was coming back. She walked a little bit slower that time. And then even like played with the straps. And I'm like, pretty sure she's like lifting them off a little bit because they just looked like such a pain.
Yeah.
But she somehow did it. It's impressive for coming back from just being sick. But she looked okay. Some people thought she was like gonna faint, but I don't think that's true. Like from the footage, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of dramatic. She just
Yeah.
looked like uncomfortable, which,
Mm-hmm.
hello, those wings probably weigh like twice of her.
Yeah.
But no, big names. They had Barbara Palvin, Barbie Ferreira, Angel Reese, Candace. I've never known how to pronounce her name. Swanpool?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Candace Swanpool.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, like she's like one of the most iconic supermodels for VS ever.
Yeah.
They brought and all of these ladies like well, Angel Reese obviously is insane
Yeah.
because she's not naturally like they did bring some influencers, some of which I could honestly have done without. But Angel Reese looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked her. I mean, this is not something she typically does, so it's like
Right.
fun
Yeah.
for her.
It's very out of her wheelhouse.
It is. I know she's like a fashion, like she's really into the fashion world though. So I was like, okay, but I wasn't expecting her. Not to say like, I don't know how they do the recruiting for this event. Like, do they actively like search for people? Do they put open like a call for certain people? I don't know. So I don't know if she like applied or someone reached out. I would assume someone reached out to her and were like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, we would love you. But I don't know how they came up with her because she's obviously like a basketball player.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that one was just like an interesting choice to me just because I was like, how did you come to the conclusion you wanted a basketball player?
Obviously, they're changing up what they're doing because what they were doing wasn't working. And so, yeah, reaching new markets, I think that's a good idea for them.
Yeah, obviously it was very people had very mixed reviews on it. Some of it were people were like, "Oh, it was so much more fun." Some people said it still lacked some of that because some of the models just like aren't as seasoned and aren't up to par maybe with like older models because there used to be like a certain standard. And I do think
Right.
there's a lot of girls now that claim that they are models and they don't have the modeling experience maybe. But I will say like it's not a shock to me that they're adding in influencers and stuff into this event. They want people that are like, oh, they're recognizable.
Right.
And more people know influencers now than they know models, where it used to be like you would know models by name or celebrities by name. It's less and less of a thing now. And so, yeah, why would you not put someone that is going to like draw attention to the show?
Exactly. They want people talking about it. So big names, that matters.
Yeah. So
Makes
we'll
sense.
see if they continue to do it, but like major improvement from last year. So
Did you see the announcement about the Taylor Swift Eras Tour doc?
I did.
Everyone had been speculating about this, that this was going to be her like big announcement that she made the other day. I'm very excited about this because we finally get to see the behind the scenes. Like, did you ever watch Miss Americana? Okay. I watched that, loved it. So fun. I love a little behind the scenes action because you know that there is just so much insane work that goes into a production this large and a tour this long. Like, she's crazy for that. But I'm really excited to see all of it. We got like little sneak peeks of like some rehearsals, like her after show routine. We got a little bit of her and Travi backstage and like him rehearsing for when he performed with her. Yeah, I'm excited for all of it. It's going to be 6 episodes. The first 2 come out December 12th.
Oh, wow. Just
Disney
in time for
Plus.
the holidays.
Yes.
They definitely
I
did
will
that
be
purposely.
sat
For
that.
No, I'm excited actually, just like you said, to just see everything. It is interesting, and no one else has put on this big of a production or done anything like this before. And you might hate her, but man, does she know how to put on a show.
Yeah, and she works really freaking hard.
So hard. And that was seriously the best concert I've ever been to.
Yes.
Because it was such an experience. I'm like nothing else. And it like the music was great. Like the outfit changes, the dancers, like everything is constantly going.
The stage, like the sets changing up for every different era. Like there's something constantly going on. The bracelets with the lights and they're like lighting up in different ways, making like pictures and stuff in the audience. I mean, it was like 360 something always happening during that show.
Yeah, no, I think she was
production.
very much future thinking. I think a lot more concerts are going to be changing to be like this because she was saying because of our attention spans have shortened so much, she wanted something happening all the time. And it's true. It like captivates you. Like there's something to look at. There's always something going on. And so it was a delight. It was honestly so fun. And so, yeah, I'm like, yes, give me some more of the behind the scenes. And I mean, I know that girl was like sick and tired all the freaking time. So it's like, how did you do it? It's fun to watch those things.
It'll be fun. And also, if you didn't see like the last leg of the tour, this is going to have the TTPD stuff in there too, which is cool for the people who didn't get to see that part of the show. So all of it, I'm ready.
Other thing, kind of rando. Did you see that protein powders are unsafe now? Some, not all.
I need to know more about this.
Okay, so you didn't hear about this. This is like news that just dropped
No.
yesterday. Okay, so I don't have every single fact in place. I am not the CDC. Do not come for me, okay? Do not sue me. But it basically, they're saying they found high levels of lead in a lot of protein powders. Now, it's not all protein powders. Now, they do obviously say there's no, so the US doesn't regulate how much lead should be in a product to consume, but they do say all.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, but they're saying any amounts of lead in food is unsafe to consume.
Yes.
Obviously. Now, specifically, plant-based protein powders have high levels of lead in it because of the soil and everything coming from the plants, because the earth has lead in it, obviously, like in the soil. Okay. So that transfers to the protein powder. So if you're having like a whey protein, technically that is more likely going to have less lead in it than a plant-based. And so if you do look it up, there are like specific brands named that they're saying do not even consider using this. Like these have really high amounts. And then there's other ones that say, okay, these have higher. Like, again, it's kind of hard because essentially they haven't done enough testing like for every single protein powder.
Yeah. And there's thousands upon thousands of them out here. Like, that's scary.
Yeah. So they were saying, oh, and protein shakes too.
Yeah. Luckily, I do use whey protein powders. I don't use I mean, I have used plant-based ones before in the past, but now the ones that I've been using typically are whey protein powders. But yeah, that is like, that's scary. And like, why did we just find out about this now?
Great question. Basically, they were just saying it was a Consumer Reports like investigation. So they started like testing everything. And they tested 23 protein powders in shakes, and more than 2/3 contained more lead in a single serving than what experts consider safe for an entire day.
Yeah, that's just like wholly unacceptable. Like, what the hell? Where's the oversight?
Yeah, it's really weird. And I mean, we all know like in America, our food is not really watched and like regulated like in other countries, but this is just like another example.
It's just scary, sorry to interrupt, that like a lot of the nutritional supplements like aren't regulated like our food are. So this just like makes me want to question everything.
Yeah, well, because it's difficult because it's like, so basically what you're saying is I have to eat like nothing processed ever. Like ever. But even that sort of stuff, like there's no way of knowing if like you can't have meat that's not processed unless you went and like killed the animal yourself and brought it back. Or even like, I mean, everything's processed nowadays, like cheese, like all of it. So you basically would be left with like, you have to have your own farm, like your own little homestead. And maybe the trad wife people aren't that far off.
Maybe I should go live with Lorena Farms.
Yeah. To be fair, everything she makes looks
just beautiful. Just
beautiful. The homemade mozzarella,
girl,
you sign me up. Like, do you need another child? I know she has a whole farm of them. I can pretend to be 17 again just so I get homemade fresh meals every day. I will work that farm, girl, for free food. I will.
Yeah.
I'm not above it, guys. I'm really not. No, but it's crazy that they said 23 protein powders and ready to drink shakes, over 2/3.
That's scary.
They also had a 2024 to 2025 report by the nonprofit organization Clean Project Label that concluded that out of 160 tested protein powders, 47% exceeded California Proposition 65 safety thresholds for toxic metals. Now, granted, California Proposition 65, they have like, it's very like low level, and they do that across like everything, like bags, like whatever, all of it. So it's not as shocking. But still, the fact that they're saying like they also found that about 50% of protein powders out of 160.
Yeah, this is just like highly disconcerting, especially since like the whole nutritional push, eat more protein is like, the thing that everyone is hearing now. And it's like nearly impossible to get the amount of protein that you need in a day without supplementing in some form or fashion, unless you're eating like 3 chicken breasts a day. And like, who has time for all that? Like, a lot of people, they're busy, they don't have time for that. So we are supplementing with protein powders or like protein snacks and stuff like that. And so this is just like, it's maddening.
No, it does suck because it honestly, with everything that keeps getting released, it's like, can we eat anything?
Yeah,
Can
like
we
what's
do
safe?
anything? It's no, it's like very tiring. And so we'll see, but I will say like investigate, because not every single protein powder does have like an amount of lead. So like, we'll have to just, I mean, it's probably going to sell out whichever company is found to like not have like the lowest traces of lead, because it's true. A lot of people have a shake or smoothie on a regular basis to fulfill those needs. RIP though, protein powder, because I was really sad to hear that last night.
Yeah, that makes you mad. Do better.
I know. I know. It's like, what? Protein powder? Lead? You would not think that's synonymous. You really wouldn't. Like, why the hell does protein powder have lead in it? It makes no sense.
Make it make sense.
I don't get it, but
Okay. I don't even know how to pivot from that. I'm mad. I'm big mad
a big protein.
at big protein. It's not big pharma, it's big protein. Where was RFK?
I know.
RFK. We were counting on you, man.
This is your one job.
Okay, dyes, check. Now maybe let's get the lead out of the food too. Okay.
The lead. What else is there in
Probably
there?
arsenic. I don't know. At one point, everyone was saying that there was like arsenic in apple juice. I don't think that's true. Just like, but that was
No.
something that was said a long time ago. Anyway.
There was also a lot of random like mom health scares for a while, like
for sure.
with the Halloween candy.
Oh, yeah.
And like
There was,
having
like,
razor
drugs
blades in
and
it and
stuff,
stuff. Yeah. I don't actually know of any single person that's ever found a razor blade in their Halloween candy, but I
Yeah.
was told that.
Or like a needle. There's going to be like a dirty needle in your Snickers bar. You better watch out. Like,
Yeah.
Things that we were told.
We'd have to inspect all the candy before I could eat it. Like make sure.
Pour it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Are any of these opened? Like does anything contaminated? And now we have to do that with apparently everything.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So they were onto something.
They were maybe onto something. Not the razor blades, but the lead.
Okay. So our actual topic of today is celebrity rebrands that we did not see coming. And we're going to talk about like some of the more recent ones that have just like taken us by surprise, and also have just been like the biggest glow ups that we probably never would have saw coming before. And I think we have to start with Lindsay Lohan.
Our woman of the moment.
Oh my gosh. She's a queen. Okay. I didn't realize this when I was like looking into her past career, that she started modeling at age 3. She was signed at Ford Models at 3 years old. This woman has been working her whole entire life.
I knew she was a child star, but I didn't know it started at 3.
3 years old at Ford Models. Like that's legit.
No, yeah. Ford is like the highest of the high. No, that's so weird, because I just could not imagine like shoving my 3-year-old in.
Oh no, I couldn't imagine like taking one of my kids and like signing them to be a model.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's not to like hate on people that do, because there has to be reasons, and I guess there are kid models in like all the catalogs and all the stuff. So I mean, someone has to do it, but it's just kind of like, what makes you think, what we should do? Put her in modeling. Like out of all things, like I get if they were asking for it, but like they're not asking for it at 3
years old. They're not saying, "Hey, mommy, I want to be a model."
Yeah, Yeah, no, they're not. And even if they are, it's like they're 3. Like, what did they know? They're 3 years old.
My 3-year-old like wanted to be a princess when she grew up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it's like, you're not going to be like squash their dreams, but you're also not going to be like, let me sign them up for princess camp tomorrow.
Exactly. I'm not going to ship her off to go be with Prince whoever. Anyway, so started modeling. And then, of course, we know Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, Mean Girls. Like, she really rose to fame. And then downward spiral pretty quickly. She was in court over 20 times from 2007 to 2012 because of substance abuse. She got DUIs, cocaine possession. Do you remember when she got arrested with cocaine in her pocket?
I don't, but I've seen her mugshot like 5,000 times.
I remember this just from my brain, so I might not like be remembering it perfectly, but she was pulled over and the cop found cocaine in her pocket and she was like, "These aren't my jeans." And he's like, "What do you mean these aren't your jeans?" And she was like, "I was at a party and I just like grabbed someone's jeans and put them on to like get in the car." And that's like the story that she told, and I'm just never going to forget that because I was like, "Girl, those aren't your jeans.
That's insane.
The pants that you're wearing aren't your pants."
You know, part of me is honestly amused and also like, you know, that story's not terrible. Out of everything you could have come up with.
Terrible.
It's not, I mean, to be fair, out of everything you could come up with, why is there cocaine in my pocket and it's not mine?
Yeah. These aren't my jeans, sir.
I won't lie. I kind of give her props for that because it's terrible. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a terrible lie. But like, I think of other excuses. Like, what would you say?
Like, someone must have put these in my pocket.
Yeah, but you know how tight those jeans were. There's no way someone's putting like something in the
skinny jeans.
Yeah, they're low rise.
Whose jeans were they though? Like, and they just happened to fit you perfectly.
Well, no, but you could just say like I grabbed them from a drawer. You don't have to say who, because like what if those jeans, like who says that the person that owns those jeans put the cocaine in their pocket too? I mean, you could get real conspiratorial if you wanted to. I mean, frankly, I would just say lawyer up immediately and don't say anything to the police, like, of whose it is.
Well, I think she was probably also not of sound mind when she was telling about
I don't think she was in sound mind
the jeans
over all of those times. But I would say out of all excuses that you could give in that moment, I kind of like that one, actually. Like, it's kind of an iconic thing. These aren't mine.
Exactly. Which is why it's like stuck in my brain for the rest of my life. If I ever get caught with drugs in my pocket, I'm going to be like, "These ain't my jeans, sir."
I wonder if they would know. No, like, probably not. They probably wouldn't
I'm
know.
not going to have drugs in my pocket, though, guys. Like, don't worry. Say no to drugs.
Dare.
Then she, like, actually lived abroad for a few years. She was, like, opening nightclubs in Greece, which, like, probably not great for her mental health and her like substance abuse issues.
Probably not.
But she's been clean for 11 years now, completely sober, and girl has had like the biggest glow up, I feel like, of all time. She came back 2021 in that Netflix movie that we watched. I mean, cheesy, but
it's so cheesy, and yet I still loved every second of it.
Loved seeing her back on my screen. And then now she's like fully made her return because she was in Freakier Friday, so that she's like back to the big screen. Like, no more Netflix low budget. Like, she's getting the big bucks, y'all, and she looks freaking fantastic.
Yeah, she's been in multiple like Hallmarky Netflix movies. Now she's doing this. I've seen her in ads. Like, I don't even remember the last ad I saw her for.
It's like a phone ad or something. Is it a phone or like a phone carrier?
I
think so.
Maybe it was like AT&T or T-Mobile or something. Regardless, I loved her, and I just like, I think she's looking so good. I mean, we keep complimenting her, but it's just like her skin, great. Her hair, great. She looks like just in a happy, healthy mindset. And I feel like you can really see that like in her face. And I'm really happy for her because she did go through some rough years.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad because those were like, she was in her like quote unquote prime during that era. Not to say she's not in her real prime now, because I would say she is.
Yeah, I mean, she looks better than ever.
But I would say like during that time, like she was booking all these movies, you know, she was like an it girl.
Yeah.
She was making all these like fashion moments. Like, she was followed and loved. And so I just felt really bad for her because there were a lot of girls at that time that like spiraled, which we've talked about. And it was definitely thanks to the media and everything. And also I think the party culture at the time, like there's a lot of factors there.
A lot of toxicity happening at the same time.
Yeah, I think there was just like a lot going on, but I do feel bad for her because I'm like, like she just was so like beautiful and fun, and like, and just that time was just like so special. So I do feel bad that she lost that in her life. Not to say that
all of the movies that she could have made during that time. I mean, we were robbed.
No, we were robbed of, imagine, quite a few iconic movies with her. And also, like, she's probably one of the only super, super iconic, like, redheads to, like, her hair color. Like, there's other redheads, but no one with, like, her hair color.
Oh, she's kind of like blonde now.
Yeah, she did really lighten it. Like, I almost wish she would just go, like, a little.
I kind of miss a little bit of the red.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
It's just unique. It's fun.
Yeah. And there's been, like, speculation she's gotten some work done, like a little upper lower bleph, which is like the skin and the fat removal around her eyes. But clearly she's taking really good care of her health. I think just like sobriety, staying out of the sun, all of that. Plus, you know, of course, like the lasers, the fancy skincare, all of the things. She just looks healthy, and I'm excited she's back. Like, I love all of it for her. Next, Meghan Markle. Another woman we love to hate.
Yeah.
And we don't really hate her. Like,
we don't hate her.
She's just hate her. Just like,
she's there.
Yeah, we love to speculate about because she's interesting. She's
something.
She's something.
I used to love her on Suits, and so she really like stabbed me in the back there with this whole situation. I was like, dang, I loved you.
Yeah.
For so
See,
long.
I never like, I had no connection to her at all. Like, I have no feelings. I never watched Suits. I remember when she was a briefcase girl in Deal or No Deal. Like, she really has risen her star, I would say, from going from that. And she was a calligrapher. Like, when I was looking up what she did, like in her past work, she was like a legit calligrapher. She did invitations for Dolce & Gabbana. And she even did Robin Thicke's wedding invites. And she was like interviewed once, and she said that being a calligrapher was very lucrative.
Yeah, girl, let me know. Like, how do I get in on that? Because I'm not gonna lie, I do love calligraphy, but like I was gonna say, I didn't even know that was like a real job. Like, I do know people specialize in lettering, of course, like and do that sort of thing, but I didn't know that's like just a job. Dolce & Gabbana doing, I mean, was it because they were doing it on their pieces? Because I know, like, for instance, Louis Vuitton, like in the past you could get like a case or a piece of luggage like painted on the outside. Now they're not really doing that anymore, but they used to.
I think it was like for invitations for like shows and stuff like that. Like, she was handwriting.
Yeah, probably like thousands of invitations.
Yeah.
Carpal tunnel is gonna go crazy. Just like, that's all.
Don't worry for her, because I'm sure she doesn't write anything these days. Well, she actually did. She was writing on those little tags on her show, but she was also a lifestyle blogger at the TIG for like a few years. And then 2018, she marries Prince Harry. Like, she quits acting. She retires. Not long after, March 2020, she leaves the royal family. And then girl has gotten some huge deals. August 2020, $100 million Netflix deal, a $20 million Spotify deal for her show Archetypes, which is no longer. And they came out with the Harry and Meghan Netflix doc, and then the With Love Meghan Netflix series. So that was like part of her contract with them.
How much money is she making from each individual of these things? But $100 million with Netflix and $20 million with Spotify is literally insane.
And the Spotify deal was for like one season because it kind of fell off.
Could you imagine making like 20 mil off of probably like 10 episodes of something?
Crazy.
$2 million
per episode. Guys, we would do it for one. You know, we're here. We'll take a pay cut.
Just wait. Yeah, I'll take a slight pay cut. I got loans to pay off. Just so confused. I'm like, what did you even? I didn't even know. Like, I knew she had like that little like podcast or whatever. Never listened to it.
That little podcast. That little podcast or whatever. That's what Morgan calls it.
Okay, well, it's because, to be fair, everything she does, like we talked about, it doesn't stick around long.
Because she can't decide who she wants to be.
And I feel like also on that note, like, I don't even know how many people she has working on it. Like, I get it. She probably has like all staff. The people.
Yeah. For she has producers, editors, social media team. I'm sure it is like a lot of people, but like she's taking home more than half of that. She has to be.
Yeah, no, I would imagine like, even let's say if you had one person for each of those jobs.
Yeah.
Which would be like bare minimum, probably for her at least. Yeah, there's no way. They're probably getting paid like hourly wages because they're probably like considered contractors. So it's probably like nothing to her, and it's everything to me. I will do anything.
You would think think Morgan is like the poorest person. She's like begging for Ballerina Farms to bring her on as a child. She's begging for work.
I know. I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna
With
cry
Meghan
laughing.
Markle.
No, actually, I'm fine, guys. Like, don't worry about me. But like, also, if you have $20 million you want to share it, like, please think of me first. That's all I ask. Like, seriously.
It's hard out here for a young professional.
Yeah. There's things I'd like to do in life. So yeah, if you have 20 million, it's going to a good cause. Me.
I will live it up in your honor. I will make that 20 mil look so good.
No, please. I'll send you pictures every time I make a deposit or I do anything. Like, I'll send you what the money's going towards, and I make sure it's like good investments, like really good pairs of jeans, and my loan's being paid off again. Let's remind that, that's a good thing.
And like one Birkin.
And like
just to have it.
A Birkin and like a fancy house to live in.
For sure. And a vacation home.
And a vacation home and a new car and, a big savings account.
Like some charitable donations.
Oh, 100%, guys. I wouldn't keep all of this to myself. But I would also have a light savings account. I promise I would be smart with my money.
After the 2 homes in the Birkin.
Yeah, of course. And not necessarily in that order. Birkin might come first.
Okay, but Meghan now, like her latest iteration is this like as ever lifestyle brand, which we have talked about ad nauseum. Her spreads, her sprinkles, her cookies. I don't even know. Like, she has rebranded herself so many different times. I mean, I don't know who she is, and like I've said before, I don't think she knows who she is either. I mean, but she's a chameleon.
I guess if you're getting paid that much money, you don't care, huh?
No.
Because you'll just do whatever you want next.
Yeah.
So in that case, like, I guess good for her. I am bitter. I won't lie. Just slightly.
But she really has come, quite far. She made it happen for herself.
From suitcase girl to making like freaking flower sprinkles and banking in $20 million off of one deal. Honestly, she did.
Yeah.
Good for her.
She did the most.
She married a prince. And you know what? I talked about this recently.
Yeah.
I won't lie. If I was given the option, if I was given a spread, Prince would be the go-to. So I don't blame her for that. I do not blame her.
I mean, she honestly got the best of everything because she got the prince and then she got to get out of all the royal duties and like having to do all like the etiquette stuff. She's like, thanks for the title. I'm going back to America with my $120 million deals,
And my children.
Yeah.
And living in a schwanky place and never having to really see you guys ever except for maybe a holiday.
Yeah.
Maybe
she's a mastermind.
I don't completely envy her on that part, but I do think it's quite interesting. She does get away with the media semi-loving her for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think like half of them love her and half of them hate her. And that's probably not a bad place to be, honestly, for everything that she's accomplished.
It's pretty neutral, I would say. I agree. And honestly, if you consider like how much hate other people have gotten in the past, I would also take that as a win.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna have everybody like you. So if you could win 50% over, it's a good number,
Meghan. Yeah. Victoria Beckham. And the only reason I'm talking about her is because I started her Netflix documentary. Did you ever watch the first one?
So I started it.
Which one? The Victoria Beckham one or the one with
the other one with both of them, with David and
the Beckhams.
The Beckhams.
Was it called the Beckhams? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But it was primarily about David Beckham, but they also talked about the family.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I watched I think most of that one.
I loved that.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it did touch on their relationship a bit, obviously, because it was huge at the time.
Yeah.
But no, I have not watched her new thing. However, well, I'll wait for that.
Okay. So this one is like primarily about her life, but you see, David and the kids a little bit in it. But she started like in theater school and she talks about how she was kind of like a weird kid. Like she was a loner. She loved dance. She loved being in theater, but she never like really had that many friends, was just kind of like the awkward kid until she joined the Spice Girls. And I didn't even know that the Spice Girls was put together by producers. Like they held auditions and they were chosen. So like these women didn't even know each other.
Oh, I like 100% knew that. It's just like in the vibes. Like you can look at them in their early days,
And
especially.
be like, you guys don't match.
It's like One Direction. Like I loved One Direction, but if you look at them all together, you're like, they would never be, they're a little different. It's
Yeah.
not that they couldn't be friends in real life, but you're like, something's just a little off. And that's what I would say here. It's like, there's just like this one section where you're like, you guys naturally
Just like found each other.
yeah, like no, there's no way, especially with the way they made it. Like they purposely gave them like an archetype to fit.
Oh, for sure.
And so that made it even like crazier seeming. But I would say yes, there's just like the girlies look like they're
just a mishmash.
Yeah, just like thrown together.
I mean, it worked for them. I found it really interesting though. Like I loved this part. They were talking about how Victoria used most of the spending budget because some of the other girls like didn't care about clothing. Like Ginger, I think, was talking about how she went and got like a $20 or 20-pound top from a store. Like she was not using the budget. So Victoria went to like Gucci and spent thousands and thousands of dollars on like these dresses and like all this designer clothes because none of the other girls were using the clothing budget.
I fear me and Victoria would be friends because what do you mean you're going to buy you have like a set budget. It's a big budget.
Yeah.
And you're going to go and get a $20 top. No, baby. We're ordering top of the line. I want to have that moment where you're going in and you're like, pull this for me and pull this for me and pull this for me. And I'm going to go in the dressing room. And I'm going to try all this on. And I'm going to leave.
Like a brand new woman.
Yeah, with like 10 bags on my arms.
Yeah, that was her.
I want my arms weighed down by bags.
That was her life.
You know, must be nice. This whole thing is just giving me financial
She's just like being bitter Betty over here.
I'm feeling a little bitter Betty.
Cut the negativity.
No, I do love it for her because obviously she was beautifully dressed.
Oh yeah.
Always.
And that's why she was Posh Spice.
Yeah. I don't blame her.
She earned that title.
I'm sorry. I don't really believe that she was weird. I believe maybe she was quiet.
I mean, she showed pictures and I mean, not that she like looked weird, but she looked a little awkward, but everyone kind of looks awkward when they're in like middle high school. That's what I'm saying.
I have a hard time. I'm like, okay, yes, you were quiet. Were you really like,
I don't know. She said she loved dressing up. Like she was the theater kid. Like,
okay, so maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think maybe she was just a little bit. I mean, I'm sure it might be like
exaggerated
a little bit, but
yeah,
maybe she really felt that way.
And that's possible. Like maybe she felt like she wasn't like part of this crowd, but she wasn't like looked down upon necessarily. But I'm just saying like, it's hard for me to be like, you're such a fashion girly. Like, and I get like you didn't have this budget before. So maybe you weren't dressing as nicely as you could. Like obviously if we all had a ton of money, we would all be like cute 24/7 because we would just have access to any types of clothes we want. But I kind of have a hard time being like, if you're always a fashion girl, you're kind of always a little like a fashion girly at heart, you know?
Yeah.
Like
and I think she was, because she was talking about like her mom, like always really, really paid attention to like how she dressed and like wanted them to look nice and stuff like that. So
yeah,
there's merit to that.
Okay.
But then like obviously Spice Girls disbanded. And then she was like in her WAG era and she felt like this is kind of like where she lost herself a little bit because she lost like her identity. And she's like, I'm a person who like likes to work, who wants to have purpose. And I kind of felt like I didn't have a purpose. She's like following David around. Obviously she was a mother too, but like she didn't have work of her own.
Sure, yeah.
At that time. And she talked about how, she was kind of like looked down upon, like people made fun of her and just like didn't take her seriously. And then finally she launched her fashion brand. And that's kind of like the iteration she's in now, because now she has this like super highly successful brand, Victoria Beckham.
I've heard great things about her makeup. Great things. There's been a couple things I've been really wanting to try. Her eyeshadow sticks being one, and some of her liners. So
it's
good.
Funny you mentioned that, because in one of the scenes she's literally there and like sitting down and having a meeting with someone and like testing all of the eyeliners and like talking about like what she likes, she is highly involved in every aspect of this brand. And it makes me want to go and try this stuff now.
No, I've heard so many good things. Like, I've heard it's truly underrated, obviously, because you don't hear a lot of people talking about it.
No.
But I've heard, I mean, and maybe that's just like a US thing. Maybe it's like bigger over
yeah.
there, which would make sense in my mind. But I've heard great things. I've heard they're like creamy, blendable, like the pigment's great, especially like on the eyeshadow sticks. Like, and I've been loving eyeshadow sticks lately. So I'm like, this is right up my alley.
So easy.
They're
so simple.
so
Like
easy.
you just color it, pat it in, whatever, and you can go.
Yeah, and they're like shimmery, and I'm not a glitter person. I'm like, I like shimmer though, and it's like a perfect way to add a little shimmer in. Minimal, like you said, it's like no upkeep. You can do it. In my makeup routine, I like to keep it like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So that just adds to it. And yeah, no, I've always seen Victoria Beckham in like a amazing way, and maybe that's just because of her like fashion and her everything, but I have a hard time believing, and it's not that I don't think she was probably from the fans. I imagine it was from like other celebrities and other people being like, oh, well, you don't do anything anymore. Like you're just living off of him.
Yeah. And I think it was like kind of the press. But again, it was like that toxic early 2000s era where like women could do nothing right. And like everything was criticized. So I can imagine that, it was a hard time.
Yeah.
Also like feeling lost and then just being made fun of constantly.
No, that makes me feel sad for her because she just is such a fashion icon, and she is like, I've never thought she was like not a hard worker.
Yeah.
Just because she's not slaving away doing 5,000 things all the time doesn't mean this is the exact same thing we had this conversation about the Taylor Swift thing.
I know.
Why? Because you're taking a rest for like 2 seconds, or like, God forbid you have children and you take care of them.
Yeah.
Then now you're considered like useless. Like,
or just like spending all your husband's money.
Yeah.
It's like, no, when they got together, she was the one who was making way more money than he was.
Yeah.
Because she was a Spice Girl and he was honestly like a nobody footballer at that point. Like he hadn't made a name for himself yet.
No, it wasn't until like more the early 2000s when he was like really getting successful that obviously then everybody was like, oh my gosh, it's like the power couple, like they're together. But yeah, I know you're right. Like and especially for him too, because he also didn't come from money. So his money too was like big for him at the time. So yeah, no, people just love to talk crap, and like she's
tear women down.
She's a happy, healthy, successful woman.
Oh my God. And she's another one who just looks like she's aging in reverse. Like she's so stunning. Her style is timeless. Like the outfits, the casual outfits and stuff that she wears on this documentary. I mean, I remember in the last documentary, the jeans that she was wearing like sold out instantly once the doc went out. And the same thing with like this one. I'm like, I want those jeans that you're wearing. Like I just want your effortless style. Like she's an icon. I love her.
Yeah, no, I promise. Just would love to have a conversation with her because I love her accent. Her accent, I know that's part of the reason they were like Posh Spice. She just has the most lovely like accent. It's fantastic. And yes, now I just want to like sit and have a little chat with her.
I imagine she'd be lovely in person.
I imagine too.
Okay, and last but not least, Sabrina Carpenter. I didn't even know this, that she started acting at 11 and she was in an SVU episode that was like her first thing. She also, I think, did some, what do you call them? Not telenovelas. What is it called in English? Soap operas.
Oh, soap operas.
Oh, I just had a Hilaria moment.
Oh,
don't come for me. I actually am Hispanic. I can prove it.
Yeah, we can pull papers for you guys if you want.
Literally. But yeah, so she like had like little roles, and then obviously everyone knows her from like her Disney era, her starting there, and she was in Girl Meets World, and then her first record was in 2015, but she didn't really gain popularity and start going viral until like not this last record, but like the record before, the Emails I Can't Send.
Yeah.
And I just think it's interesting because she was like making good music.
Oh yeah.
And part of me wonders if that was like part of the Olivia Rodrigo, like if that had something to do with it, like people just kind of hating on her and like not giving her much of a chance because of that narrative between Olivia and her and whoever that guy was, that
Joshua Bassett.
Sure, that they were involved with.
Yeah, no, she's insane because she was doing, no, this girl was working hard. Her and her sisters were working so hard to make it famous. She submitted to like a Hannah Montana contest.
Mm-hmm.
She was, well, she played in Mean Girls on the Broadway, Mean
Mm-hmm.
Girls, before COVID, because she obviously was originally like an actress. Like that's what she wanted to do. And it's
Yeah.
very much obvious that she's a theater kid. I think it's like in all
Oh
of her
yeah.
stuff, especially recently, she's really like leaned into
Yes, she
it.
has.
And no, I love her. But yeah, no, she was doing all the stuff like playing, I think at like bars, like singing contests and things like when she was like really young.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, I agree with you. I think actually the reason she did take off was yes, Olivia had released her album,
Mm-hmm.
and then Emails I Can't Send was a response to that album. Like half of it was, not everything. It was really just like the All Because I Liked a Boy
Right.
song. And honestly, I like that album more than maybe the last two albums that have released. That album's just fun. It's very experimental. It's like nothing that's out right now. It's
Mm-hmm.
giving a little Ariana. It's giving like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Country like
Mm-hmm.
influence. It's really all over the mark. You really can't categorize that album other than it is like clearly pop music, but it is so fun. And then yeah, she obviously now is like into this full, like she was like leaning into like the 50s and doing all
Yes.
this like
Very pin up.
homemaker
Yes.
cutesy like vibe, and I love it.
I love it too, but I feel like she kept pushing it more and more. And I think that is
Mhm.
like the theater kid. Like at first it was kind of, it was like the hair and like the literally bodysuits and like the makeup. And then it seems like over time, the hair was like just getting bigger and bigger and the makeup was getting more intense. And I was like, whoa, now I feel like you're becoming like a character of yourself. Like
Yeah.
let's tone it back. I really appreciate that now, like lately the past couple months, she's kind of taken that back a little bit and she's going with more like the curly hair. She's kind of doing more of a little 80s vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this for her. I think it looks really good on her and less like a costume. You
Yeah.
know, like it's still a little costumey because again, I think like,
You have to be a little bit.
yes, but I like this for her.
No, I agree. I think she just has such a distinct sound and look right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll eat it up every time. Anything that's like a nice retro throwback, I love it. I just do. And I think with this album, it's very clear like she was leaning into kind of like the Marilyn Monroe like aesthetic. She was like bringing in, and I think what I like about her, whoever her stylist is, the references they make in her clothing choices, and then again whoever's doing her like music videos, doing these things, so good. They're so good at finding like little things that she, I don't know, like these good references to things, like the Goldie Hawn performance, like where she was in the whole like with the hat and the suit look as she's going down the street, and she was
Mm-hmm.
recreating Goldie Hawn's like performance.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's a miraculous find. Someone really thought, like, who's someone we can reference that's like not going to be top of mind, like not like an obvious, like a Marilyn Monroe or something,
Right.
and but still like recognizable, fun, fresh for her and fits her. And they just keep doing that. But it's true. I think now they're transitioning her a little bit out. And I mean, even her everyday outfits and stuff, it's way more chill.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of reminds me of like a Dolly Parton.
Yes.
On stage, she really plays it up. It's like all glittery, like insane with the wig.
Mm-hmm.
And then off, she's like wearing a little poncho and she's just like cutesy, like bohemian little chill girl. And it's,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I also really love her. So I can't help but exude my love for her. I just think she's fun. No one's doing it like she's doing it.
No, no one is. Like she's definitely one of a kind. And her theming is always just like such on point. And they really go down to like the detail, which takes a lot. And I'm sure that she has a lot to say with it, you know?
Oh, for sure. Like I know her Tears music video, her sister actually like helped do a lot of that. And like I do think I think it does take, and I think this is why like I think Taylor Swift's marketing has been so good, and I think it's the same thing with Sabrina. I think it starts with them. I think they have
Mm-hmm.
a very specific vision. This is how I want to be portrayed. you need to find me things that fit into this, and then we can branch off or like do little things, but I want this to be like me. And then same thing, like they're coming up with ideas and always brainstorming, because I do feel like artists that aren't doing that, you can tell a little bit more, because it's kind of like, well, whatever the label wants.
Right.
And I think she's gotten to that level of success now where she can kind of like play around with things a little bit more. And
Yeah, she probably has more say.
yeah, because she has a huge fan base. And I think, yeah, she's established herself as being successful. Once you can do that, like, yeah, you can play around with whatever you want. In this last album, it's not my favorite album. I'm not going to say that. I thought it was fun. I thought it was different. It wasn't my favorite, but I do respect that she's just willing to, like, she has a vision and she will execute that vision to what she wants it to be.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes her, like, Rebrand feel one of the most authentic, because it's like she can change, she can evolve, but you can tell that it's like coming from her. And yeah, I just appreciate that about her.
Yeah, I do too. You have to love like a woman who just knows what she wants and goes after it. And she's definitely one of those people.
Yeah. And Victoria Beckham, also one of those ladies. I think the only one who I'm just like, does this feel forced? Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
And I hate to always harp on her. But yeah.
No, I agree. Because I also think with Lindsay Lohan, like maybe these like starter roles weren't what she wanted. Maybe they were. I don't know. But I do think she's kind of like working herself to be back into like a household name, and she's doing it on her own terms, and like, you know, that's good for her, because she obviously is doing better now, and we love to see it.
On that note, we're gonna call it an episode.
I know you guys are gonna be so sad. You're gonna miss us so much.
But don't worry, next week there'll be a new episode dropping, and you can also go back and binge old episodes if you've missed any of them.
Yeah. And of course, as always, again, if you miss our faces just a little too much, you can see us during the week on Instagram, TikTok. Obviously, you can watch this on YouTube in case you forget, but you can find us at Sistuationship, or you can follow our personals. Mine is at Morgan Ashley Shoffin.
And I'm at Lauren M. Dix.
Bye.
Bye.